So we are going to be calling this the car rendition of my YouTube channel because I am moving right now and I literally have nowhere else to film but my car. I just got out of the gym doing shoulder and chest today. I literally just did it, so I don't know why I'm having such a hard time remembering what I did, but maybe it's because my chest is so sore. I have been currently upping my calories. And yes, this is something that I'm very fearful of doing because, the girls who know and anyone who knows, if you were a bigger girl or guy before you started like lifting, doing body recomp and lost like a lot of weight, I have lost 73 pounds since I started doing my body recomp for about a year and a half now. And if you were there at one point, I was at 230 pounds as 5'5" girly here. You would know that it's very hard to increase your calories without having the fear of becoming big again. I'm just going to put that out right there right now. I did not like myself or my body when I was that size. So as you would probably guess, I have a fear of gaining that weight back on, as do most people, I feel like, when they've done that. And you put so much hard work into it, and you just don't want to have to like digress at all, especially when you've been locked in for like a year and a half, going on 2 years like I have. So what I'm going to say is that, yes, I was very afraid to increase my calories again. But with some support from the gym community, gym girlies that I know, I have finally embraced trying to do it. Now, at first, I increased it to mild, like, weight loss. I guess when you go on, like, the calorie counter app, calorie calculator app, I would go on there, and it's a little, like, website online that you go on. You guys probably all know that. It doesn't really do your macros, but I figured those out in ChatGPT anyways. So I went on there and I kind of like did my weight again at what I was at, not for what I was going for, because I'm not really, that's another thing that I'll get into a little bit later, but I don't really have a weight that I'm going for anymore, being like a person who's working on like muscle and bodybuilding, right? So I kind of was like, I'm going off the weight that I'm at right now, and I'm at 170 right now. I kind of went back up a little bit and plateaued right about 172, and I was doing like, I think 1,800 calories, yeah, and eating like still the protein amount, a few months ago I was eating the protein amount at 165 because I wanted to go down to there. So I don't know why I was eating the calories of that and then eating the protein of the other thing, but I'm getting all kerfuzzled right now. I don't even know if that's a word, but this parking lot is kind of busy. Anyways, we're just being raw and honest in this video because I really don't want to cut anything. I don't have time to like edit right now while moving. But I did want to put this out there for the girls that are struggling doing bodybuilding and building muscle, and they are afraid of adding calories. So I was at about 1,800, like I said, if we're being honest about the macros, which I am going to be in this video for the sake of like proving to you guys that maybe this is something that you should consider if you are like plateaued or whatever in your weight journey, or for me, building muscle in this case. So yeah, this is like the third time I've said it, but 1,800 calories, which was about, anyways, it was like a lot weight. What am I trying to say here? Hang in there with me, guys. It was like major weight loss on that website. And then I was like, yeah, this is probably not enough. So I started eating a little bit more anyways. And then I was like, no, I need to actually do it right and track it because I had that fear of gaining like the weight back. So I was like, I need to track it. All I need to do, I think though, for the sake of my workouts, add in more calories so that I can add in more carbs because I was really feeling it. And I started to see, like, online, I started to notice when I would, like, go scrolling and everything on social media that these girls were eating, like, piles of rice. And I was like, how are they eating piles of rice and they are so lean? Like, I know everybody's different, but I was like, almost everybody is. And I'm over here measuring out my rice as, like, a quarter cup and being like, oh my God, that's a lot. No. So I was like, there's got to be something up here. And I was like, well, you know that carbs and other nutrients are all the three nutrients of macros are used to build muscle. So maybe you need to increase your carbs. And I was like, yeah, let's add on some more calories. So I went back onto the calorie counter app and I freaking put in my stuff, credentials, and then I put it in for the way I was at now still. And I pretty much ended up going with about, I think I raised it to 2,000 calories and added more carbs. Went up to like 200 carbs, all that jazz, and added more carbs and calories. And then I upped my protein to 170 because that's what I was at right now. Well, I was at 172, but I upped it to 170 because I kind of wanted to lose a little bit of weight. But, yeah, so I did that, and I was on it for like 1.5 weeks. And right when it hit the day before I was supposed to go weigh, I had a mental breakdown. Like, my brain was doing everything to tell me that I had gained weight. I'm going to, like, gain more weight doing that many calories and everything. I was eating too many carbs. It was literally making me have a mental breakdown. The old me was coming out full-fledged. I don't know if you know or have heard the saying, like, the old you will try and stop you from doing something new that's going to work out. That's a really, like, oh my God, that's like an awkward way to say it. But if you get it, you get it. That kind of saying, that's what was happening right here. I was literally self-destructing myself in that moment, and I was even on the phone crying to my fiance about how I was so fat. And I was so delusional, guys. I had myself thinking that I had gained probably like 2 pounds. When realistically, the next morning I woke up and that was the morning that I noticed I was so much like skinnier in the waist. I don't like saying skinnier, but like I've been so toned in the waist compared to what I was yesterday. And then I'm not saying I lost this weight in like that night, but it just goes to show you like how your old self will try and hold you back from doing the right thing sometimes because it's comfortable. And I stepped on the scale that morning and I had dropped 2 pounds in almost a week, almost only a week. And my mind was blown. I was like, oh my gosh, it's working. I was right. I just had to trust the process. And I was like, you know, I was so happy that I trusted it. Going forward, I kind of realized that I was also, now I lost some weight. That happened. And then I started getting more curious. I was like, what am I really going for? Am I too focused on losing weight for summer? Or am I actually going for what I really want, which is building the body that I want, like bodybuilding and weightlifting? And I was like, you have to be supporting the goals that you want to go for, not the goals that you think you should go for because it's summer, right? And when I started like mulling this over in my head for like a week after that happened. And I was also like, look, you're able to lose weight. And at the same time, you're giving your muscles more fuel. Your body was just holding on to that weight because it's starving, you know? And I really, really was like mind blown. So what I have recently started doing is I actually up my calories more. And I'm just going to say, fuck it and go for it. I up my calories to about, I'm not going the full 2,300. I'm still making slow progress, but I up my calories a little bit more. I don't know why I'm mind blanking again on what I up my calories to, but I want to say they're at about they're at 2,200 right now. And I've had a lot of energy to go do things as I said, I'm moving. That came out of nowhere. As I said, I'm moving too, so I'm handling that right now. And I'm also just like a little stressed because of that. But I'm still, guys, struggling with that summer, like, FOMO of being, like, skinny for summer. And I very much am pushing through that to try and do this little experiment of mine and try and focus on what I really want, which is building muscle. So that being said, 2,200 calories now. I will probably be updating you guys on how this little journey is going to go. I'm going to a new gym, which I'm super excited about. I've been there a few times, but, you know, I haven't really been able to go there consistently because I don't live there right now. But I'm excited about that. It's nice to switch up your gym, especially when my gym is so small here. So now I'm kind of like really excited to go there. They have bigger gyms and a lot more options, so I might be getting more than one gym pass, guys. So exciting. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to build more muscle with my carbs and everything I'm eating. And you know what? Another thing that I wanted to cover is like, it's freeing. It's freeing to be able to eat again and not get to the end of the day and be like, man, you know, it's not like I was starving, but I was definitely, I feel so free to eat whatever I want. And I also feel like it's the good thing to do. Like, when I'm eating, like, sushi, not that I'm eating that all the time, but now when I'm eating sushi, it's more of like, oh yeah, this has a lot of rice. And I'm not, like, heading for the hills when I see a sushi roll. I'm more like, oh, this is good. Like, I have room for this in my macros. And actually, more than that, I need this. Like, my muscles need this. And that's what I keep telling myself, because like I said, I have other people in the gym community that are stressing this on me right now. And I have gone to for kind of like validation on this journey to reassure myself, because yeah, I'm very afraid that I'm gonna gain weight, but not in like the muscle way. But yeah, I've gone to them for a little bit of validation, which is never like a bad thing to do. But they have definitely helped calm me, and just getting out there and asking questions about maybe questions you have for like bodybuilding or whatever you're interested in. 100% do that. Like, I don't know why I wasn't doing that more often and using the gym community to actually help me figure things out. I don't know why for the longest time I was sitting there scrolling social media being like, oh my god, I see her eating this, him eating that. You know, this one's telling me to eat like a man. This one's telling me don't eat too much or else it's going to go to the stomach. Like, in all this time, I could have been getting, like, out there gathering actual intel from people who I know and trust. Don't do what I did. Don't just sit there and scroll. Actually ask. You'll make friends. You'll get to know people. That's exactly what I'm doing. You'll be more diverse in the knowledge of what different people struggle with. Like, I have a friend who struggles with eating enough, you know, and I definitely don't come from that side of it. I feel actually, you know what? Actually, I kind of do have a bad habit of not really eating as much as I probably should. Especially now that, because here's something I don't think people talk about a lot. When you are like, and I'll get into like, when you are trying to get skinny and then you're in a calorie deficit, you're doing maybe cardio and you're not really doing anything but like eating less to get skinny. That's a whole nother ball game than if you're out there expending the energy that it takes to weightlift, bodybuild, and do like strenuous exercise 6 or 5 days out of the week. That is a whole different ball game, and that's something that I have to keep making myself realize is like, no, girl, you're out there doing things almost every day. Even my rest days are very active. You're out there active every day, and the kind of fucking body you're building in the gym it's crazy, like, how much nutrients it probably needs compared to what you're giving it, or compared to how many nutrients you need when you're just in a calorie deficit and you're not like working out as much. You don't realize that, oh, actually, I'm in there trying to build a part of my body. I need nutrients to do that. Like, and I feel like this is what a lot of, like, more gym influencer girls are stressing. Because let's be honest, girls, when we get it from a guy, we don't really want to do it. Like, we're not really sitting there like, yeah, I think that he knows what I should do as a woman. No. I want it from a woman. I want it from a woman who is jacked in training, you know? And I've seen more people doing that now, and more women doing that now. And I'm so excited because it seems like every time I need that validation now, people, like, I see another woman out there giving me that validation of, like, no, yes, you need to eat actually eat for your muscle growth. And if you take anything away from this video, it's learn from the fact that I didn't go out there and just ask some people, like, hey, you know, you have a lot of muscle. Like, if you do post on social media at all, just ask. Ask some of the people that like your videos, you know, or something like that, or you're friends with. You know, I was friends with people on social media, and I was, like, sitting over there like, oh my gosh, she's so built and everything, you know, I love her shoulders. And, yeah, I wasn't even asking them, like, hey, you know, I'm doing this. Because why? Because I was having, like, anxiety? Yeah, maybe. But you really need to just go and do it at some point. And that's what I encourage you to do, if anything, in this video. Go out there and expand your knowledge in, like, actual people. Get knowledge from other people. Like, I legit ran into a girl who is helping me, like, validate me, giving me actual information, everything right now, and she's getting a degree in this shit. Like, I just so happened to randomly be like, we should text in the comments, and then we start texting, and she tells me she's eating, like, a shit ton of carbs in a bunch, and we're about, like, she's definitely taller than me, but we definitely are, like, similar in, like, build and everything. And she was so excited because she was getting a degree in it, and she was like, oh yeah, I have all the knowledge that you want. And I was like, damn, I wish I would have done this sooner, because I definitely thought she was cool before. So yeah, if you learn anything, get some help. Get it from, like, other people, and you'll make some friends along the way, and you'll learn more, and then you can encourage each other along the way too. Gym community is very important, and I'm realizing that right now. And even if you're too afraid to find it in your gym in person, definitely on social media, even if you don't create, go in the comments and actually just ask. You know, you never know. They could end up direct messaging you and, like, giving you help. So, don't be a dummy. Learn from me. And yeah. Also, I wanted to touch upon, all those like animes that have, like, the bodybuilding in it, and you see them strength training and everything, or just in general, like My Hero and Demon Slayer. That took forever. Why? I don't know. Demon Slayer, you see them, like, eating and eating and eating, and you're like, how are they eating all this rice? Or at least I was like, how are they eating all this rice? I know they're animated, but for real, like, and then I end up finding out, actually, you knew this all along. Your muscles need nutrients to actually grow. So yeah, if you want to come along with me on this journey, definitely hit the subscribe. If you like all things gym, anime, and life, productivity, this is the channel, this is the space for it, and I will be updating you guys as I go. So if you do want to make another friend, like I said, definitely subscribe, and I will be seeing you in the future. So leave a comment also if you have struggled with this, or you're currently going through this, or if, something in this video helped. I definitely love to see it. So I will see you guys next time.